The following program is a production of HEW Entertainment and contains views, opinions, commentaries, and content that may offend some subscribers of this show. Listener discretion is advised.
It's that time once again for HEW Entertainment Radio.
And that's all I got to say about that.
Hosted by Jonathan Clarke.
The beat! The man! You gotta beat the man! Woo!
Be sure to join us in the live chat room during the show.
Hulkamania is running wild like it's never ran before.
Call us on one of our request lines. If you live in the United States, call us at 1-641-985-7800, box number 3729280. If you're from Canada and would like to call us from 1-647-724-4194, box number 3729280. Long distance charges may apply in some areas.
I've been the World Heavyweight Champion 10 times.
Or you can always drop us a line at MySpace, myspace.com/HEW Entertainment.
And you will rest in peace.
Emailing us works for you too. Email us hewwrestling@hotmail.com.
I am a wrestling god. JBL.
And now, without any further ado, here is your host of HEW Entertainment Radio on the official website of HEW Entertainment, Jonathan Clarke.
The champ is here.
Streaming live on YouTube, Twitter, and Facebook. HEW Entertainment Radio is inviting you to comment on our video blogs, join the conversation, and like us. So what are you waiting for? Log on and listen now. Don't miss out on any of the action. Download our app on the App Store, Google Play, and the official website of HEW Entertainment. Once you download and install it, you'll get caught up on news, YouTube videos, and more. Download it now.
You never know.
Hey, P, let's go.
Could you be loved and be loved? You never know. Could you be loved and be loved? What can I say to make you want to stay? When it all turns to gray, I'll show you brighter days. You need to stop there, wait a minute now. Find out what love is all about. Let someone know you feel it. You need to try and spend a little time. Slow down and leave it all behind. Open your heart, don't you quit. Could you be loved and be loved? You never know. Could you be loved and be loved? You can tell me I'm wrong, but I know that you're not very strong. When you break down and cry, and there's no one to dry your eyes, you need to stop there, wait a minute now. Find out what love is all about. Let someone know you feel it. You need to try and spend a little time. Slow down and leave it all behind. Open your heart, don't you quit. Could you be loved good for your soul. Lion to roar, Jah love for sure, so true and pure. Give love a try, open your eyes, look what you find. I and I, Selassie I, Jah, Rastafari. Could you be loved and be loved? Could you be loved and be loved? Could you be loved and be loved? Could you be loved and be loved?
There, the audio playground getting some help from Snoop Dogg with the single You'll Never Know. I'm your host, Jonathan Clarke, and off of that, I invite you to join my show's conversation on my Facebook page over at HEW Entertainment, where you can post something on my wall, tweet me on Twitter at Jonathan Clarke1, hashtagging whatever you're tweeting in less than 120 words. Really pissed off that 150 words no longer exists apparently on Twitter, and it's down from 150 to 120. You can also tell me how you feel about that. And also on YouTube, you can watch my show at Jonathan Clarke22 with over 2,000 videos uploaded, over 2,000, that's more than 2000, and over 60,000 channel views. Can't even believe that myself. Thank you guys so much for the numbers you've been producing for my YouTube channel at Jonathan Clarke22. You can let me know what's up in the comments for this week's video blog. With over 2,000 videos uploaded, 60,000 channel views, welcome to this week's show in the post-feeling of Halloween of 2015. I know everybody was really excited about Halloween this year. The decorations, the people trick-or-treating with the very creative, over-the-top costumes that I had the chance to see, saw a few of them. I was really impressed by that and the incredible effort that everybody put into 2015's Halloween celebration this year. Probably one of the best Halloweens that I could ever remember in quite some time. Off of that, we are in the aftermath of Halloween 2015. Hope it was enjoyable and very fun for you and members of your family. And this week on my show, What's on My Mind, in the back of it, it's Chris Jericho's return for the first time in what's got to be 2 years. The match between himself and Bray Wyatt inside of the steel cage is still very vivid in my mind, receiving a Match of the Year nomination that year. It didn't win Match of the Year, but because of Chris Jericho's leap on top of Bray Wyatt from the top of the steel cage, it received the nomination. I believe it came a close second out of the match between The Rock and John Cena, the twice-in-a-lifetime match, which happened 2 years in a row at WrestleMania's 28 through 29, but with no pun intended, nor no disrespect towards both Jericho and Wyatt. What an incredible match. Still remember that match to this very day, and it's still very vivid in my mind. The image Jericho jumping off that cage really put Bray Wyatt in a position to really take over as the leader of the new talent initiative. He has all these buzzards following him now because of Chris Jericho. What a tremendous fan base Bray Wyatt seems to have because of what people like Chris Jericho did for his career. And obviously people like Eric Rowan, Luke Harper, and Braun Strowman more recently seem to be learning their craft very effectively from someone like Bray Wyatt. So probably Bray Wyatt owes Chris Jericho a great deal of thanks and gratitude both at the same time for what he did for his character in WWE, because if not for people like Chris Jericho, people like Bray Wyatt probably wouldn't even exist. And now in 2015, obviously WWE realizes how much magic Jericho has created with the Wyatt family because Chris Jericho seems to be still involved with the Wyatt family. Recently, in a six-man tag team match for a pay-per-view that was promoted as a mystery partner for Dean Ambrose and Roman Reigns, they found Chris Jericho. What an impressive return Jericho made. And he looks to be in better condition, and he seems to be a lot better with popularity with wrestling fans, even more over the top, recently returning at a recent pay-per-view, and they won their match, which really did Jericho a great deal of justice because we haven't seen Jericho wrestle in the last number of years. The only television exposure he gets now is with WWE Tough Enough, the reality show on USA every week with new episodes premiering every week up until a new winner is determined. Obviously, Tough Enough is going to be coming back for additional seasons, and I know with the controversial conclusion of this year's Tough Enough, the 2015 Tough Enough, you know it's coming back for another season because fans are going to want that, and they're going to want to see people like Chris Jericho, Daniel Bryan, and Paige back on the roster as the coaches and the pros for Tough Enough. So I would imagine that Jericho, with the amount that he's being paid to be one of the pros and the coaches on Tough Enough, he's going to be coming back for Season 2 or Season 3 and probably be doing more projects outside of WWE where he doesn't have to wrestle as much as what someone who probably wants to make a full-time return in the way of an Undertaker or someone like a Kane, who obviously is wrestling all the time. But the thing is, Jericho doesn't seem to have lost a step at all. In my opinion, he's just as good as when he was back in his retro years of WWE and even WCW when he was making names like Humberto Guerrero and the Ultimate Dragon very famous, and he's still doing it. for people like Braun Strowman and Bray Wyatt, for instance, which I give Jericho a tremendous amount of credit for doing, because not too many people will go out of their way to put someone over like a Braun Strowman or Bray Wyatt like Jericho is currently doing and has done, and obviously is going to continue to do. I mean, Jericho's been doing it for years, and if there ever was something Jericho garnered a reputation for the 25-plus years he's been involved with the wrestling business, it was putting over names who deserved to be put over. So I think that Jericho definitely deserves recognition for all that he's done for the new talent in the industry, really putting him in a position to become a torch carrier in the way of people like Bray Wyatt, Daniel Bryan, Wade Barrett, of course, who he was the pro of on NXT Season 1 in their inaugural year. NXT in 2010, of course, having Wade Barrett crowned as the inaugural winner. We also witnessed the birth of the Nexus because of this, and it all goes back to Chris Jericho. And even after Jericho made Wade Barrett into the winner of the inaugural NXT, we saw a spin-off feud between Jericho and Wade Barrett, which also paid Wade Barrett an incredible amount of dividends, with Jericho dropping in several matches out of Wade Barrett. Jericho was also a part of the 5-on-5 Nexus 10-man tag team match at that year's SummerSlam, where Wade Barrett was the captain of his team, and Jericho was, of course, on Team WWE, which later revealed Daniel Bryan as a mystery partner for Team WWE. But it was just amazing, getting back on Jericho here, what Jericho did for people like Wade Barrett and eventually Bray Wyatt in the very near future, not too far off future, which kind of makes me wonder, what Jericho is going to do. I really wish Jericho would make a full-time return, but it doesn't seem to be the way they're going with this. Obviously, they're banking on people like Kane and The Undertaker now out of making full-time returns more so than Jericho. I'm trying to figure out why they're going that route, because in my opinion, someone like Jericho is a far better entertainer. You couldn't get anyone better on the microphone to be cutting promos about people like the Wyatt family, and if there ever was somebody who put somebody over and guaranteed them a future in the wrestling industry, it was definitely someone like Chris Jericho, who really always stood out to me as one of those